What is public health nursing? Public health nursing is a kind of nursing that focuses on protecting and improving the health of the entire community. So they focus on protecting and then improving the health of the entire community. They don't only focus on the individual, or they focus on the entire community. That is public health nursing. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you don't know who I am, hi, I'm Mavis Akest. So thank you so much for rewatching my videos, liking and then sharing. If you're a new subscriber, don't forget to like, comment and share. And if you're an old subscriber, thank you for sticking and staying. So in today's episode, let's talk about some sample interview questions for public health nursing. Okay, so they ask you, tell me about yourself. You mention your name, the school you completed, and the program you studied in that school, your age, and then something small about yourself. So example, my name is Mavis Akest. I completed Achimota School. I am 23 years of age. I studied general arts. I am passionate about helping people in the community, or I am a compassionate person, empathetic person, and yes, you can just add some small things about yourself. That's it. Okay, so next question is, why did you choose public health? So usually with that, you have to have a personal experience or something that is driving you to become a public health nurse. But this is my answer. So simple, straight to the point. I chose public health nursing because I want to help prevent diseases and then educate people to stay healthy. Simple. What are some qualities of a public health nurse? A public health nurse is patient, effective communication, confident, empathetic, teamwork, and then love for the community. That is a good quality of a public health nurse. What are your strengths? My strength is hardworking. I am hardworking. I am calm. I can explain health topics in a simple way for people to understand. It's your strength. So public health nurses do more of talking. So that means that you know how to talk to people. Exactly. Okay. What are your weaknesses? Sometimes I'm shy when speaking to people in public, or I'm shy speaking to large number of people. That is your weakness. Yes. And then number 6, what are some roles of a public health nurse? A public health nurse gives education to the community. A public health nurse gives immunization. A public health nurse helps during disease outbreak. A public health nurse do home visits. Yes, they conduct home visits. A public health nurse promotes sanitation. So that is the role of a public health nurse. What is public health nursing? Public health nursing is a kind of nursing that focuses on protecting and improving the health of the entire community. So they focus on protecting and then improving the health of the entire community. They don't only focus on the individual, or they focus on the entire community. That is public health nursing. What is family planning? Family planning is a way for people to plan their birth or space their. He can also be asked the full meaning of CHIPS. That is the CHPS. The full meaning is Community-Based Health Planning and Services. That is the full meaning of CHIPS. And it can also be asked, what does it mean? Yeah, what does it mean? It simply means it is a system where healthcare is brought directly to the people into the community. So it is where like nurses go to the community to educate people without necessarily waiting for them to come to the hospital, but then they go to the place, the houses or the communities to educate the people. That is what we mean by the CHIPS. Okay. Now, another question can be, what will you do if there is cholera outbreak? I'll educate people about safe drinking of water, and then hygiene. I will also identify the sick people and then refer them to the hospital. I would also report the cases to the authorities. I will also help the community to clean up. Also educate people about the hygiene, how to keep their areas clean, and then eat good food. That's all about cholera. You can just educate people because that's the beauty of a public health nurse. Yeah. Question number 10. You can also be asked, what is the role of a public health nurse during immunization? Because we know that public health nurses do immunization, like they go around to immunize children. So their role is to educate the caregivers, that is the mothers, the guardians who take care of the children. They also administer vaccines. That is the role of a public health nurse during immunization. They administer vaccines, they record the data, and then they watch for side effects. You immunize a baby or something, you check for side effects after immunization. You have to check if the baby respond well with the medication you gave. Exactly. Another question can be, what is your role during antenatal care? So as a public health nurse, they usually check vital signs during antenatal. They usually help in registration. They usually give health education. And then they usually teach the mothers about the nutrition and then hygiene. That is the role of a public health nurse during antenatal care. Because public health nurses go around to educate people, and then they are known for the preventive side of it. Nursing. They don't necessarily take care of people who are sick, but they prevent it from happening. That is the role of a public health nurse. So a public health nurse is a nurse or a trained professional who usually educates the public. They prevent the diseases from happening. They educate people on how to take good care of themselves. That's something basic about a public health nurse. Yes. Now, what is the full meaning of JRNMA? Ghana Registered Nurses and Midwife Association. And then you can also be asked, what does NMC do? NMC simply means the Nursing and Midwifery Council. But what do they do itself? So they regulate the training and then practice of nurses and midwives in Ghana. Yes, they regulate the training and practice of all nurses in Ghana. That's all. So that is it for public health nurses. Please patronize my PDF. 20 CDs for one. And then if you are not a subscriber, 25 CDs for one. If you want two for a subscriber, it's 35 CDs for a subscriber. And then if you are not, 45 CDs for a non-subscriber. So if this video helped you, don't forget to like, comment, and then share. And do well to DM me if you are interested in the PDF, because my PDF has a lot of information you might need before your interview day. And don't forget to like, comment, and follow me for more. If you don't know who I am, hi, I'm Mavis August. See you in my next episode. Bye.